Yo, what's good, man? I'm Tank Talk. This is Just Bang. You feel me? And we coming back with another interview. So
back at it.
Man, we're gonna just get this one started off the rip. So, what's your story? Like,
As far as like,
how'd you come up and stuff like that?
shit. My story is probably like the typical story, like everybody else shit. Like, came up from I'm from the Dubs. You feel me? The murder Dubs inside of East Oakland. They call it East Oakland, but we don't be calling it the East. Like we call it regular. It's a part of Oakland. You feel me? But technically it's East Oakland. But shit, I came up in the Dubs and shit. I kind of been rapping all my life type shit, but I done been through so much shit. Like you feel me? Came up in a single mama home. You feel me? Like one brother, one sister. But shit. At one point, I done stayed in my house with 3-bedroom apartment housing, 13 people in one house. You feel me? So like, rapping was really like my excuse, or really not even just rapping. The streets was my way of getting out the house. You feel me? And me not having a daddy. I had a dad. My dad stayed in Oakland to this day. I know him, but like he ain't raised a nigga. My mama did. You feel me? So like, me going to the streets trying to find a daddy figure, me going to the hood and shit, like that's kind of was like my everything. You know, waking up just to go outside, like just not to get away from my family, because no matter how much people stay in the house, we always was big on family. You feel me? Like if we argued or we fought, it's only gonna be, even if we argued or fight for like an hour, it's gonna take us 2 minutes to get over that shit. You feel me? We're gonna be right back laughing and talking and smoking or whatever. Like I ain't never had no argument or fight with my family that we couldn't deal with within the same hour type shit. You know?
No, that's what's up. Because some people, they be fucking cutting their cousins off, but that's because they ain't really with them like that.
Yeah, I done had cousins. Don't get me wrong. I done had cousins to where I done had to cut off that I still don't fuck with to this day. If I see them, it's like because of a funeral or because of a something that happened in the family, family reunion, something good, something bad, Christmas, Thanksgiving, or some shit like that. Only time I really see them, and after that, it's back to what it was. Like we ain't fucking with it like that.
No, and so how did your story, just like you growing up in like a house full of people, like how did your story shape you to who you are?
Man, it let me see me being around all them people. It made me want my own space. You know, it made me want to do better, not just for myself, but for my family. Like if I got a way out, like I got cousins that I call my brother. I got, excuse me, I got girl cousins that I call my sister, boy cousin I call my brother. And it's like, I feel like I owe them. You feel me? Like I feel like if I got a way out, like they all had jobs since I've been knowing them. You feel me? Since we been knowing each other, since we came in this motherfucker, since we was old enough to get jobs and shit, they all had jobs. I was the only one like really in the streets. You feel me? So it felt like from me going to jail and me being in the streets and all that shit, it gave me a reason to be like, okay, I owe them. Like I gotta be the one to get us about this motherfucker type shit. So being around all them people, I think it shaped me as far as a better man than letting that shit discourage me or something. You know?
So it made you hustle harder.
It made me hustle way harder. And then I think when I was 20, I had my first daughter. My daughter 10 now, I'm 30. You feel me? So when I was 20, I had my first daughter. And then I just had another daughter like last year. She'd be 1 on the 30th of this month, tomorrow, matter of fact. And shit, that is really just my main motivation to keep going with the kids and shit.
And congratulations too, man.
Man, I appreciate it.
I know having like kids is, bro, a blessing.
Having kids is a blessing. It can be hard, but it's really a blessing, especially when it's a girl.
Oh,
like when you have a boy, it's only really 2 things you gotta really worry about: either them being in a gang or them niggas turning out to be gay.
Yeah.
You feel me? Then when you have a girl, it's like you gotta worry about who they gotta look up to. They gotta look up to, not trying to discourage any female rappers, but like as far as like they gotta look up to city girls and Megan Thee Stallion and all that type of shit. All these females that want to be after-hour strippers and all that type of shit. All these TikTok females and shit. They got, all these kids, they all on TikTok now. You feel me? So you be having to try to teach them and talk to them a way that you can't talk to a young nigga or like son or a partner. You gotta talk to them and monetize the shit that you say. Feel me? But at the end of the day, it's a blessing. You feel me?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And what you got planned for the birthday? Are you guys going big, or you guys going like?
Actually, last night we did we celebrated her birthday last night. As far as like to have everybody come out type shit, we had a little birthday party in Stockton at a park, and a lot of people from our side, a lot of people from her side came out. We celebrated the party. I flew my oldest daughter out here from Vegas, and yeah, we had a good time. So tomorrow we probably do just some shit with just me, her, and her mom, or my oldest daughter, or I might bring her out here to see my mom and shit. But because they didn't get to make it, but. Other than that, yeah, we probably ain't gonna go too big. She ain't gonna remember it.
Yeah, okay, so that was gonna be my question. Is like, are you the type of person to be like, go all out on like your first birthday, second birthday, and stuff like that, or are you the type of person because they're so young, they ain't gonna remember it? So
they ain't gonna remember it. Like I ain't gonna lie, we had planned to go big. We planned to go big. We was gonna rent out a couple shit. We was gonna rent out like a little play spot and let them play for a couple hours. And we was gonna rent out an Airbnb and decorate that and just go all out. But I'm like, man, it defeats the purpose of spending all this money on going all out. At the end of the day, once the sun go down, this shit gonna turn into a grown up party.
Yeah.
Drinks gonna come out, the weed's gonna come out, and it's like these gonna forget about them kids. So I'm like, fuck it, we might as well just keep it right. Do it for the youth, do it for the kids.
There you go.
Yeah.
And my next one is gonna be so how long have you like been doing the music? Like,
I think my first time doing a song, I was probably like in the 5th grade.
oh shit.
I think the 5th grade was my first time doing a song. Did it with my partner, nigga I call my brother, one of my closest friends, Willie Clay. My other brother, Sheekin from the Dubs. Me and him got some shit coming. We got a project coming. He on one of my tapes on my YOTD Year of the Dubs too. Okay. Me, him, my little brother Ray John. We got a song called Out the Mud. We did it to that Pooh Shiesty and them shit. I had one of my engineer, I think Trap Guy did it if I'm mistaken. He had remixed that Out the Mud by Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
And we had did it OTM, Out the Murders. And we did Out the Mud too, but we was like Out the Murders, the OTM.
Yeah.
It was nice though, but shit, that was my first song I did with Sheekin and Willie, probably like 5th grade. I ain't take that shit serious until like 2014. I still ain't take it serious, but 2014 I did a song called Nobody. Nobody was really my stamp to let everybody know, like, nigga, I had went through hella shit that week. I had got robbed by some niggas by mistake. Chilling with my brothers and them, and some weird shit happened. Them niggas end up grabbing a nigga. They ain't even really grab us though. They ain't do no weird shit. Them niggas just had one up on us. They had straps. We ain't had no straps. Niggas took like a zip of weed or some shit like that, or some hella weird, like took some fake shit. Like they took.
Yeah.
I let them have that. You feel me? We wasn't tripping. They got that. I'm like the next day I'm about to go to the studio. I got shit to talk about. I had found the beat. A Detroit type beat, 2014. This before anybody was really even on that Detroit type shit. You feel me? Like back in the day, like I ain't never really changed how I rap, but back in the day, like when it came to like that sound that people say, like we sound the same type shit. We sound like Detroit niggas, like Detroit and Oakland like cousins. You feel me? So it's like they try to say we sound like them. They try to say they sound like us and shit. We do. You feel me? But back then, 2014, it was probably just me and Project Papa. Okay. Me and Project Pop was probably the only motherfuckers that was really sounding like that. You feel me? And we had, I had found the Detroit type beat on YouTube, knocked that motherfucker out, and everybody was on it. Everybody, that gave me the recognition from other people to like, and the motivation to keep going. But I was still stuck in the streets. Then like a couple years after that, I did a song called That's Light. Same shit happened. That motherfucker got like 300,000 views on YouTube. Okay. Some shit like that. That shit really, after I did that, it was over with. It's like, I can't turn back, man. Yeah. You feel me? Even when I did the Nobody, it was like, you can't turn back, but I was still back and forth in the streets. You feel me? Like, I was still in the streets doing what I was doing to try to get some money. So, I didn't really take that shit serious until, I kept taking it serious, I ain't gonna lie, but until this time right now, I did like 2 months in jail. I just did like 2 months in jail when I came home. When I came home, they like, man, you gonna take this rap shit serious? I'm like, yeah. They like, shit, what's up with this FOD shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. I'm like, shit.
Kind of like a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. Once they started speaking about FOD, I'm like, man, come on, like, take that, give me that. Feel me? That's how it came about. Came home, nigga, Roscoe Fetty, STI, Matt Guy, Debo. They was talking to this nigga Phil about me the whole time. And then, you know, Phil don't really be wanting to work with nobody if they don't already got no buzz.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, you gotta have a buzz, you gotta have context, you gotta show that you serious, you gotta have something for him to work with. You gotta already, he don't wanna just get a nigga with 10 followers or you got 200 followers or some shit. He can't do nothing with that because if you got 200 followers, that means you got 35 views on YouTube or some shit, you feel me? Or you got just that 200 views, like you can't do nothing with that, you feel me? So it's like, when I came home from jail, I came home to FOD.
Yeah, because I mean, it makes sense too to like, you gotta have like some kind of buzz.
Yeah, you gotta have some
kind of buzz. You can't just be like
buzz.
starting out and then you just go and want a filthy verse and shit.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Because it's kind of like
growing up. I ain't even gonna say growing up, see, because back in the day, my older brother, Beta Weeda, and the older niggas from the hood under surveillance, J-Mo and all them niggas, they already was fucking with Phil back in the day. You feel me? So I been seeing him around. You feel me? And then Roscoe used to take me to hell of his record release parties and album release parties and all that type of shit. So I used to go to hell of that shit and already see him be around. I remember when I first seen him get Tuda and he gave Tuda and Skinny they first rollies and shit. When he gave them niggas they watches, I was there. And
that was the pool party, right?
That was the pool party. I'm like, God, I ain't gonna lie, I need that. I think I text that nigga the same night on Instagram. Like, I'm coming for mine, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming for my chain, bro. Like, I'm coming for my watch, bro. Like, cause like you only seen other niggas do that type of shit. You feel me? Like, when I say other niggas, I mean as far as like the CMG niggas and shit like that. You feel me? You see the niggas that's already like really established, you feel me, like doing that shit. And he independent. You feel me? He an independent artist doing that shit. You feel me? So it's like it's big coming out of Oakland to have the face of Oakland and give you something. You feel me? Like, so it was different to me. That shit was different. When he gave me my role, when he first gave me my shit, it was on my birthday.
There you go.
I didn't even know I was getting it. I swear to God, he like, come on, we going to the studio. You got he about to shoot this video. With Dollar Dame and Dream Bands. I'm like, all right, bet. He like, we was gonna get something to eat, but shit, the reservation, they taking hell long or some shit. But I should have knew something was up because the nigga had told Den, he like, let him wear your rollie to take this picture. The whole time he just checking my size on the rollie. You feel me? He like, oh yeah, that motherfucker fit perfect. So when we get to the house, he tell Den, now let me see your rollie, I'm about to go get it clean. I'm about to go get my jewelry shit clean. I might as well get your shit clean too. He take it to the stove, nigga, and get the right size for that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I go to the studio. He like, go knock out that verse real quick so you can get to finish shooting your video. I go in there and knock the verse out. When I come out, they got a big 2-8 cake on there. They singing happy birthday and shit. Then he like, huh, nigga, give me the box. Mind you, I ain't never had a rollie before, so I don't know what the fuck this box is.
Yeah.
As soon as I opened it and seen it green with the crown on it, I knew what it was. I'm like, man, hell no. I was happy as fuck.
I remember seeing that video.
Yeah, I was happy as hell. I'm like, damn, man.
Shit, now you got two of them bitches on
now. I got two of them motherfuckers. I got the Cardi once I really signed. Like, you feel, once I signed that dotted line, I got that Cardi in that advance. That shit changed again.
And how did that feel though, like signing to FOD?
Man, like I told them before, like it's bad that I gotta compare it to this, but it's like one of your closest partners passing away. You feel me? Like that shit be unbelievable. Like you might wake up the next morning and be like, man, this shit ain't real, bro. Like, you feel me? Like for like 3-4 days straight, I'm waking up every morning with that shit in the box, like looking at it like, man, hell no. Like, man, I'm looking at my contract and shit like, hell no. When I post that shit, like everybody reposting it. Like I'm like, man, this shit really happening. But mind you, I was only out of jail. I had did 2 months in jail, so I was probably only home like 3 months before I got the shit. I was it was just all my shit just kept elevating from the views to the followers to nigga everything, even my own lyrics. It felt like it just was getting better and better to the point where I'm like, man, at one point I'm like, man, this shit moving too fast. I gotta slow down real quick. Like I don't want to bump my head and fuck over or nothing like that. Like I ain't trying to go back to jail. I ain't trying to hang around. Like it was sad to say, but like I had to separate myself from some of the people I love the most. Yeah. Because some of the people I love the most was the people I was getting my most money with. You feel me? But the way I was getting my money, I couldn't really do that shit no more, because if I did that, then it was gonna risk myself going back to jail. You feel me? So I'm like, I had to say no to everything. You feel me? And take this rap shit serious.
Oh yeah, because sometimes, you know what I mean, some people, they stay where they're at, you feel me? They're already like there. And then like you want to grow, you want to go past, like, you know what I mean? You want to go past them because you want to start learning new shit. You want to start doing new shit. You want to start like making music, you know what I mean? So you gotta like, you're gonna be going out to fucking out of town, out of state type of shit.
Right.
And it's like, if they're not gonna come with you, then it ain't your responsibility to push him to go up. I mean, if you don't want to go up, you don't want to go up. You know what I mean?
I can't preach that too much. I be saying that shit all the time. Like I say it, it's probably because I hear him say it so much, but I be saying it to my niggas too. Like I can't take this shit that serious. I can't take it more serious than you. Like it's a lot of motherfuckers that expect this shit to fall in their lap, or expect, okay, now that you in a position, think I need you to lend me a hand, or you feel me? Like I've been a shoulder for niggas to lean on my whole life. You feel me? Like rather it's just a conversation, rather it's $5 for a t-shirt. Like you feel me? Like I'ma make sure if I got it, you got it. But when it comes to this music shit, we can do a verse right now. You feel me? We can do a song right now. We can shoot a video to that motherfucker right now. But it's up to you to promote that motherfucker too. It's up to you to really come in that booth and try to do it better than me. Cause when I go in the studio, I tell all my partners, I tell Phil, shit, this better be your hardest verse. Because I'm coming in that motherfucker to try to out rap you. And it ain't trying to be better than you or nothing. It's just I'm out here challenging myself to be better than how I did whatever I did yesterday. Whatever verse I did yesterday, or whatever verse I did 15 minutes before we doing this one, I'm trying to be better than that. So you gotta come as hard as that.
And I feel like you guys' work ethic is just like, I mean, you guys are on it. Like I be looking on your Instagram, Philly's Instagram, everyone's Instagram. You guys always either the producer or whoever came down and like went to the fucking Airbnb and just started fucking setting up right there. I mean,
that's how it be, especially like that FOD weekend shit. That FOD weekend got everybody want to be signed. I swear to God, like, cause it's like they really see like this it's not just a label, this a family. Like nigga, we can all stay in the same house for weeks straight and not argue, not fight, nobody bumping heads, no nothing. We working. Like when we did the FOD weekend in Vegas, we really was taking care of everybody mixtape. We knocked out Lil Trey mixtape. I think we finished WAP shit. We shot a couple videos. I think I shot like 3 videos that weekend. And they ain't even out yet. Big 2A drop on the 3rd. Them videos for that tape. So like, he's just working right now. Yeah. What's up
with Filthiness programs in the morning, man?
That pod time, boy. That shit different. He be having niggas like he in Rita or something. Santa Clara County.
Just kicking it in. Be like, hey, yo, pod time, guys. Come on.
He play too much, bro. And then get up every morning, bro. Either we at his house, either we at an Airbnb. That's because the nigga don't sleep, bro. He'll sneak in, sleeps on us. Yeah. He'll have us ready to go or ready to leave or some shit. We'll go take care of something for like 3-4 hours, running around, doing hella little running around and shit. And then we get to the house, he be like, shit, we about to leave in like an hour. He'll go upstairs, go to sleep for like 2-3 hours. Yeah. Whole time we downstairs waiting for him, tired as hell. He come downstairs like, why y'all ain't go to sleep? I went to sleep.
And he ain't trying to get caught like you guys over here. Like, nah.
He going straight in his room, closing the door, locking the door. Our shit unlocked. Well, he the only one with the key. He the warden. The only one with the key. I was like, man.
That should be funny, bro.
Funny as hell. I gotta get that nigga back though. He got me hard last time. AZ, he fucked me over, so I gotta get him back. I'm waiting on my get back.
You got a plan for that or not?
I got a good plan for that nigga.
You got some cooking, huh?
I got some cooking. FOD weekend Houston. His ass is grass. His ass is grass.
Damn. But I mean, that weekend was lit though, you know what I mean? I feel like you guys really brought everybody out, type of shit.
I think my favorite FOD weekend so far, Arizona.
Yeah, see, I was gonna try to make that shit too.
Yeah,
but I was like, damn, bro, like flights right now, bro.
Flights crazy. If you don't book them motherfuckers a week in advance, you try to leave the day of, they 600, 500.
Bro, I'm going to Hawaii, right, in June.
Yeah.
I booked this motherfucker months.
Yeah.
And even then, it was still kind of high, low key.
Yeah.
But dude, right now, 900 just to go over there and back. Bro, like a rack.
It's summer now.
Yeah.
You feel me?
So that's why I was like, good thing I bought my shit way back then, because I'm like, if I would have done it now, oh, bro. I'm like, because then that's hotels and food, turning up. You know what I mean? I feel like my fucking pockets would got hurt.
Hell yeah.
On the injuries list, you know what I mean? I would have been like, ooh. But
AC tour.
So how is it like, you know what I mean, growing up like in the hood type of shit? Like, what are some of your like battle scars type of shit? Like me, I've been shot before.
Right.
Have you been shot? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I've been shot. I wanna say twice. The first time I shot myself. Like 18 and some shit like that. Around like between 18 and 19. I shot myself. I probably was younger than that. I probably was like 17. Fuck with my baby mama. My first baby mama. Some niggas tried to rob us or some shit with a BB gun. And he whipped his shit out. I whipped my shit out. And he dropped his gun. I guess his was fake. I seen the CL2 at the bottom of it. I tried to run. I'm high. This one I was sipping syrup and shit. I tried to run. As I'm running, I got her purse in my hand because I had hella money in her purse. I was fucking around in the streets, so I probably had like 6 G's in her purse. I'm trying to run. I'm trying to put the gun in the bag. And I tripped over. You know how they got the little, you know how you in the parking lot, they got that little concrete.
Oh yeah, for the parking, yeah.
I'm trying to run and put it in the bag. I got my hand on the trigger. The whole time I tripped, fall, hit myself in the leg. Luckily I was young, so I had like I had a 22. It wasn't no
big shit. It was
no big shit, you feel me? I had a 22, but the motherfucker looked like a Desert Eagle. You feel me? Motherfucker was nice. That's why them niggas got scared. Shot myself in the leg, 17. I bounced right back up. It was hella funny because I told my baby mama, I'm like, go back. Once the niggas was like on us, like trying to get us.
Yeah.
I told her, I said, man, go back in the bar. We was catching the bus in the bar. I'm like, man, go back in the bar. I'm like, don't come out unless you hear a gunshot. I'm running, trip, shoot myself. She come out right on cue. She like, oh my God, man, what happened? They shot you? My lying ass like, yeah, they shot me. Come on, we gone.
Hey, yo, I don't want to be no cheddar Bob.
Look at it.
Yeah, they popped at me, bro.
Crazy part about it is when the story got back to the hood, when I go back to the hood, you know, I can't lie to them niggas, so I tell them what happened, you feel me? Man, them niggas called me Cheddar Bang for like, 3-4 years straight, bro. I'm like, hell nah. This shit recently, last year, I'm on the freeway, ended up getting shot on the freeway on some weird shit. Drive with my brother, I'm in a fishbowl, rental car, no tents. Driving on the freeway, ended up getting shot on the freeway in my arm. Broke my shit, that shit hit like my muscle part or some shit right here. That shit ended up shattering my elbow.
Okay.
I got like 2 plates, 15 screws in my shit. That shit ain't, I don't wish that shit on nobody. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't feel it. Like, even when I shot myself back in the day, I ain't feel it. When I got shot on the freeway, I ain't feel it. But that be adrenaline. Yeah. Once you get out of that surgery and shit, that's when you feel that shit.
Exactly.
Once you leave that hospital and that adrenaline gone and all you gotta take is a Motrin, that shit ain't cool.
Yeah, bro. Cause like me, I got shot, but it was like, I was at a candlelight and we're there, you know what I mean, paying our respects. and someone pulled up, and then they just started, you know what I mean, started shooting, you feel me? And I ran, we all ran, and I ran into someone, and I fell and I tripped.
Yeah.
And then when I was getting up, that's when I felt it like make my head, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? But I didn't see none of it, because you know what I mean, when your adrenaline's going and you're moving and you're trying to like, you know what I mean, like and I went to this dude's house, like right down that corner, and I was like, yo, bro, like, I mean, we've been shot, because I heard my boy, he got hit in his leg, so he rolled into the car type of shit. So that's why I was like, bro, I was like, yo, we shot, and he's like, nah, bro, he's like, I didn't see shit. And he just went back inside, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? And I started, like, I was pissed. I kicked his car and everything. I was like, fuck you then, bro. Like, and then luckily the person across the street was like, he heard us yelling, because we're yelling down the street, like, bro, like, how you not gonna say some shit? You know what I mean? So they were like, yo, you guys good? Like, you guys need help? And then that's when I felt like my face was wet. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went like this, and my hand was full of blood, shirt soaked. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then at the time, my hat fell off. So that's why I was like, I didn't even know what happened to my hand. Right. But that shit was like full of blood. I was like, oh shit.
Like, damn.
And then I was like, I was trying not to panic type of shit, because you panic, that motherfucker, like, you getting some shock type of shit.
You getting straight shock. That's what happened to me on the freeway. I had my little brother with me. Little Rajon again. I had my little Rajon with me. I had got shot. Nigga, I had got shot, but when I had got shot, as soon as I got shot, nigga, it was just, the blood just went everywhere. So when I looked to the left, his blood all on his shirt and shit, and on his face and shit. I'm thinking he hit. He like, man, I'm cool. He like, I'm cool. I'm like, he like, just get off the freeway. By the time he telling me to get off the freeway, I'm already getting off the freeway. And I blast back to Highland Hospital. I'm driving with one hand the whole time on the freeway. Drive with one hand, drive with my knee. I put my hazard lights on. I'm just driving hella fast. I got from where I was at to where I was supposed to be in like 5 minutes. When I get off the freeway, he like, bitch, you go crazy. I'm like, man, I love you, but I ain't going out like that. But yeah, if you think about it, that's when that motherfucker, that's when you gonna, cause I didn't think about it until I got to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, and they asked me like, what happened? I'm like, shit, I got shot. And they tried to grab my arm. When they grabbed my arm, that's when I realized my shit was broke. You feel me? That's when I realized it was hella shit broke in that motherfucker. Cause I tried to lift it up. When I tried to lift it up, it ain't go nowhere. Then they grabbed it, and that's when I felt the pain. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Cause I didn't feel my shit, and then when they took me in to the hospital, they started giving me like the numbing shot. You know feel me? So they were hitting me right there with it, and I was like, and I went through like a couple MRIs and type of shit, cause they want to make sure like everything's cool type of shit. Right. And bro, they were pulling the fragments out of my head, bro. Like, and I was making the face like, cause I feel it, bro. Like I feel them like in my shit, and I'm like, bro, like what the fuck? And then they're like, oh, does it hurt? And I was like, nah, it just feels weird. Yeah,
it just feels weird.
And then like literally like as soon as I was leaving, like I was in the car with my cousin picked me up, and then dude, just out of nowhere, I was just like, ooh, got a headache. I was like, damn.
That's what happened to me. I left that, I ain't feel that motherfucker till they touched my shit. Even then when they touched it, took me in that motherfucker, like you said, MRI. My older brother, Darren, he worked, that's one of my older brothers, you feel me? One of my older brothers, he worked at Highland. So when he seen me, like when they get a call that is some shootings going on, he hear it on his shit too.
Yeah.
So when he hear it, you know, he just walking past and try to see. He tell me every time he hear about some gun shootings and shit, and he know I'm in Oakland, he always walk by to make sure it ain't me. And that time it was me. You feel me? So he's sitting on the chair, damn near panicking. I'm his baby brother, you feel me? Like, so he in there tripping, like, fuck, like, you feel me? His co-workers trying to calm him down, but my shit, the way my bed was set up to where I can perfectly see him.
Oh, okay.
So I'm telling him, like, bitch, calm down. Like, that's how we be talking. You feel me? Like, bitch, calm down. I'm cool. He like, you sure? I'm like, bro, I'm cool. I'm talking to you. I'm like, just talk to me. You feel me? I'm like, just talk to me. This shit ain't on my stomach. It ain't no head. It ain't no, you feel me? Like, it's my arm. You feel me? I'm like, I'm cool. I'm straight. I'm like, nigga, you start panicking, then I'ma start panicking, cause you work here, so I'ma think it's worse than it is.
Because like he knows more than you.
Yeah, you know more than me. So I'm like, I'ma think it's worse than what it is, and then shit. He calming down. He called my mom and shit, but by the time before he called my mom, I called my mom. That was the first person I called.
Yeah.
I called her while I'm driving. Shot. I'm pick up the phone. I call her like, Mom, what you doing? When I call her like that, she already knows something up. You feel me? So she like, shit, what's wrong? I'm like, I ain't doing shit. I'm like, I just need you to meet me at the hospital. She like, for what? I'm like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I just got shot. She like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm just got shot. Just meet me at the hospital. She like, you cool? I'm like, I'm cool for the most part. I'm like, just meet me at the hospital.
Yeah.
She beat me there, bro.
That's crazy, bro. Cause me, I didn't even tell. My mom was pissed at me, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't tell. She didn't even find out from me.
Yeah.
She found out through someone else.
Yeah, calling
and they were just like,
shit.
Cause in my family we got, so it's me and my cousin, and we're both named Richard.
Yeah.
So they just seen Richard, so they're like, oh shit, and we're same size, you know, big dudes, so tattoos and shit like that. So they were like, they see me on the news and they're like, what the fuck? They're like, is that Richard? And they called my other cousin. My cousin's like, nah, I'm at home. What you talking about? And then they put it together that it was me. And then my mom calls me like the day after, and she's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And I'm like, what? I was like, and me not even thinking nothing of it. Like, I didn't want really to tell everybody, you know? Like, I don't want people like really being like, oh yeah, like da-da-da happened, you know?
Exactly.
Like, woo-doo. And then rumor type of shit too. So then, so yeah, my mom was like pissed off. But I was just like, I'm like, bruh, I'm like, it's good. I'm like, she's like, bruh, but you my baby, you know what I mean? I don't want nothing to happen to you. So
that's what fucked me up though. I ain't gonna lie. Having to see my mama crying and shit. Cause I be watching hella movies and shit, you feel me? I be watching hella movies, and when I be seeing these kids or these dudes, these husbands and shit get shot, and they be seeing their mamas and shit crying, I be like, damn, I don't want that for me, like that shit. So they had to put my family through that, whether I was in the wrong or not. That shit just fucked me up. Like, me and my daughter it was so crazy. My baby mama had the baby 2 weeks early off of that shit. Like, she wasn't no preemie or nothing. She was already 9 months, but she had it 2 weeks early just off the simple fact that she was stressing then, like, going through it. Like, you feel me? Like, I got shot, went to the house. The next day, she cramping. She like, my stomach hurt hella bad and woom. I'm like, you cool? I'm like, let's go to the hospital. She like, no, it's all right. And then the whole time, she's sitting on the bed, monitor her contractions on the phone.
Yeah.
Then when them motherfuckers start getting like 2 minutes apart, she like, man, I'm in labor.
Yeah, she's like, I gotta go.
She like, I gotta go. I'm like, fuck, I had to blast. We was staying in Sac. Our doctor was in Sac. I had to drive all the way to Sac for one arm. I had big ass sling, pillow on my shit. I'm fresh. I didn't even have surgery yet, so I had big ass cast on my shit. I'm just driving all the way there. I'm trying to drive with one hand, but I can't. So I'm driving with my knee the whole way from Sac to Stockton, but I'm grabbing her hand and her stomach with my good hand, telling her it's cool, don't trip. Like, I got in that motherfucker. Boy, I got in that labor room, almost passed out. I ain't had a baby in 10 years, so I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, ooh, I can't do it.
The doctors probably looking at you too, being like,
they like,
you're over here like.
I'm like this. They talking about, Dad, you need some water? I'm like, hell yeah. I need a chair too. I need to sit down. I'm weak.
Oh, I'm getting weak right now.
I'm getting weak. I didn't even feel my arm at that point. I'm just looking at the whole situation like, God, she over here having a baby. That shit crazy. But
that shit, it's a blessing just being in there and seeing that type of shit. But some people, you know what I mean, if you got weak stomachs, you can't be doing that shit. So.
Can't be doing that shit.
But, so, my next question is going to be, so where do you see yourself, like, 5 to 10 years from now?
5 to 10 years from now, I see myself still doing the same shit, but like a little better though. I'm talking about like selling out arenas and shit. You feel me? Like I'm trying to sell out arenas. I'm trying to be in movies, big screens and shit like that. You feel me? 10 years from now, I'm trying to have my own label. Like, I got my own label too. I got my own record label, but 10 years from now, I want to be able to get Rollies out, Cardis out, chains and shit out. You feel me? Put my team on. Like, I already got a situation to where I got a tape coming to where I'm only gonna put probably 2 songs on the tape, and I'm gonna have the whole hood on it. Everybody from the hood send me a song with their own song, so I could put them in position to be heard even more if they ain't already heard. You feel me? But 10 years from now, 5 years from now, I'm trying to sell out arenas. Cause 2 years from now, or 2 months from now, I'm trying to be Summer Jam and Rolling Loud. You feel me? So 5 years from now, 10 years from now, I'm trying to give out rollies.
Bruh, how you guys working right now, bruh? You guys gonna hit that shit.
Yeah. Sure. How we working right now, if they don't put us on Rolling Loud or crazy. Summer Jam, it's some hating blackball shit going on.
Sure.
You feel me? Because they already tripping right now off of Thizzler. You feel me? Like, they making them Thizzler charts, and I take my hat off to every artist on that motherfucker. You feel me? Like, I don't got no personal problem with no artist on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, all of the hard work that we putting in, all the bangers we putting out, we ain't on that motherfucker. Like, they in the comments. They reading the comments like, you niggas weird at this point. Y'all don't got Bang on here. Y'all don't got Phil on here. They like, we're Fonte. You feel me? They naming the whole team. Like, where these niggas at? Like, you feel me? Like, and me, I don't take it personal. You feel me? Like, I take it that ain't shit but more motivation to me. Like, okay, I need another hit. You feel me?
Because I know because they gotta see your shit.
They see
so it's
it.
like, bruh.
Back in the day, they used to hit me all the time. Back in the day, like when they first was building they shit, they used to hit me all the time, or repost my shit all the time, or take the video, put it on they shit. Like, you feel me? Like, if I was to go on my Twitter, or if I was to go on my old messages, threads with them, like it's shit there from my old phones. They used to text me from numbers and shit, like, what you got coming out, you feel me, this and this and that. But like, I'm just was on some, man, I got it. You feel me? Like, I probably had too much pride back in the day, but at the same time, I had enough like confidence in myself to be like, I got it. Like, I don't need your platform. Not saying it like that, but as far as like, I got it. I think I can do it myself type shit. You feel me? And doing it myself this long got me FOD.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's like, I'm glad I did what I did. You feel me? But 5 years from now, we going up. Man, a year from now, I guarantee you, next year, that Thizzler chart gonna have at least 3 of us on that motherfucker.
Sure.
And it's 15 of us. You feel me? So it's gonna be at least out of 15, I'm gonna say a hard 5, soft 3. Feel me? We're gonna be on that chart.
Now my last question is, so are you like a type of person to be like, I need time to write type of shit, or could you just like freestyle off the rip?
Me, see, I'm a writer. I love to write. Feel me? Like, I think my best songs come out of me writing. Freestyling wise, I can freestyle. That's how I started rapping. I started rapping by freestyling with my partners and them. Freestyling, let me rephrase that. Freestyling with my brothers. I had some older cousins that was like, if I was like in the 5th grade, which was probably like, I say 11 probably.
Yeah.
Around whatever age that, 11, 12 or some shit, around that time, them niggas was already 16, 17. So I'm freestyle battling these niggas. My brothers and them didn't rap. My older cousins and them, they was listening to Eminems and 50 Cents and they getting the old school DVDs, were making the band and watching hella 8 Mile, Smack URL. They watching real freestyle and they reciting that and trying to beat them and they rapping, and so me looking at them, I start freestyling and shit. So the freestyling part, like going in the studio, I can freestyle. I can punch in. That's what we call it. Like, I can punch my ass off. Like, sometimes I prefer to punch because I might go in the studio with a nigga and they want me to get on the verse, but they already done wrote to their shit. Yeah. So they write to their shit. I just go in there and feed off their energy that they did, and I punch and it'll come out like a nigga wrote. So like, I love the punching, but my first love is that pen. I'd rather write. You feel me? But if I got the option, I'll write. But if I don't got the option, put me in that motherfucker. I'm going like Floyd. I'm punching my ass off. I ain't gonna lie.
I got one more, bro. Now, who do you say is the best rapper? Wayne or Jay-Z? Because I mean, you gotta think there's 2 different areas, and then I just feel like Wayne got that lyrics. You feel me? Like, he could like put some shit together. Like, he knows what to do with his words and shit.
Jay-Z, see, look at Jay-Z, raw as hell. Don't get me wrong. To me, Jay-Z like a corporate rapper. You feel me? Like, he like a real intelligent rapper. Wayne got him beat though. that's only because of my era. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's only because of my era. It's not because of he really better than that nigga Jay-Z, or he got Jay-Z beat, because he probably don't to somebody else. But to me, in my era, Wayne got him beat. I was growing up listening to them dedications. You feel me? So it's
Sorry
like,
for the wait.
sorry for the ways.
Like,
all that's what made me do mixtape beats. You feel me? Like growing up, my favorite artist was Lil Wayne and Meek Mill. You feel me? Because Meek Mill came from my era. You feel me? He came from freestyling first.
Yeah.
He came from doing the same shit I was doing, freestyling, then go from freestyling to putting that shit on wax. Same with that nigga Wayne. Wayne, I popped myself, Wayne popped himself.
Yep.
Feel me? So it was just like I went through what they went through. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to them more than I listen to that nigga Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So if I had to say, I'm gonna say Wayne. But that
I'm
nigga,
always on Wayne, bro.
I'm always on Wayne, on mama.
Like there's new stuff, you know what I mean? It's kind of like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
new stuff.
But I'm like, his old shit though, you bling, you know what I mean? Let's like just simple shit, like, you know what I mean? Bling bling, like come
my
on.
favorite, I think my favorite song still to this day from Lil Wayne is that old school Sports Center he did. He did a song.
Oh yeah.
That Sports Center, that shit was crazy. Like, that's one of my favorite songs for sure.
Mine's hustling music.
Oh mama.
That shit.
Can't go wrong with that one.
Hey, that one right there, if that ain't in your playlist.
Yeah, that ain't in your
Come
playlist, like you ain't no Wayne fan.
But hey man, this is Tank Talk, man. Got my boy in the building. And go ahead and let him know what you got coming up, what you got, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you know, it's Just Bang, Big 28, the biggest hate, Mr. Big Bib, Mr. Similac himself. And I got some shit coming out, stay tuned. Big 28 dropping June 3rd. Be on the lookout for that, be on the lookout for that billboard going up. It's gonna be epic. This year gonna be crazy.
Hell yeah. So stay in tune with him. Make sure you guys, you know what I mean, stay locked in, you know what I mean, get them views up, you feel me? Because we gotta run them up, you feel me?
And subscribe to Tank Talk.
There you go, man. But hey, see you guys until the next one.
We out.
This how we ride. From the north to the south, the west to my east side. This is Killer Cali. It's either San Jose or I'm in the valley.